Let's call the Board of Commissioners meeting to order here at 10:01. All those are able, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, do we have any public here for comment for items not appearing on today's agenda? Public are legislative staffers at this point, so, all right, we'll keep going. Do we have any additions to the agenda?
None at this time.
No? All right. Any changes to the meeting minutes? We'll take a motion.
I'll move to approve the minutes from the meetings held December 5th, 2023.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the minutes from the meetings held on December 5th, do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay, motion carries. All right, we'll move right into contracts then. We've got one for probation. And Brian, you handling that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Good morning. I'm here for consideration and the acceptance. We were recently awarded the grant for PCCD, which help assist with our adult probation officer salaries. The amount is $99,500. This comes, the payment gets sent to us quarterly, so I have to submit statistics, and once I do so, then they give us a portion of that money. And this is a retroactive grant. It's from July 1st of 23 to June 30th of 24.
All right, great. Thanks for presenting that, Ryan. Commissioner Concepcion? Commissioner Dershowitz, no
Good.
questions? I believe that number's been relatively stable for a long time.
Yeah, so that's been 99,500. We've had that amount probably in the early 2000s.
Okay.
However, I was told that there's a new funding formula that they created, and we should be anticipating over the next 5 years getting more.
Oh, good.
Based on our numbers, based on the amount of IP sentences that we handle, our caseload size, we should be getting more each year for the next 5 years.
Yeah, 'cause since the early 2000s, our population's up quite a bit.
Yeah, correct.
All right, great, thanks. All right, unless there's any other questions, looks like we're ready for a motion then.
I will move to approve the continuing county adult probation and parole grant funds with PCCD.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the grant funds with PCCD. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay, motion carries. Great, thanks,
Yeah,
Ryan.
thank you.
And now we've got Norm here from 911, and I think we're still hiring, aren't we, Norm?
We're still hiring.
All right, very good.
We're interviewing today, actually.
Wonderful.
Good morning. Requesting approval of contract renewal with Mission Critical Partners for our annual Southern Alleghenies 911 Cooperative Regional Grant Project. This contract is 1 year for regional SZNet port monitoring for 2024. The total cost is $20,820. This is a shared project with our SAC 911 partner counties, funded 100% by PEMA grant funds approved last week. Contract period is January 1 through December 31st, 2024.
And I believe SAC is Southern Alleghenies, right?
Southern Alleghenies 911 Cooperative.
All right, great. Commissioner Concepcion, any questions?
Looks good.
Commissioner Dershowitz?
Good.
All right. If there's anything else, then we'll take a motion.
I will move to add the contract with Mission Critical Partners to next week's consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to add the contract with Mission Critical Partners to next week's consent agenda. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay, motion carries.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, Norm. I'm glad to hear we've got some interviews going on, and now we have Mark Kellerman from Tax Assessment with contract. We don't see you often, Mark, but we very much appreciate everything you do.
Thank you.
As do the 35 municipalities and multiple school districts, too.
Thank you very much. I'm here today for the board's consideration of a contract renewal between Center County and Vision Government Solutions. Vision shall provide support for our computer-assisted mass appraisal system and tax administration software. This is the system which aids the assessment office with value determinations and record keeping. This contract includes online support by remote desktop, software troubleshooting, assistance with problems, and general software maintenance administration. Telephone support includes answering questions on system operations, system procedures, computer operations, database support, and minor enhancement to the software as we requested. The contract period is January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024, and the total is $37,104 for that 12-month period.
And Mark, as I remember, we have an unbelievably large number of tax parcels.
We have 58,000 parcels right now, yeah. 58,000 we keep track of, and there's a lot of sub-parcels in there too, which probably takes the total up to 80 or 90 with the sub-parcels.
So the cost for this software is running then well under $1 per parcel.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
Okay. All right. Wow, that is a lot of parcels.
It's a lot to keep track of.
Yes. Yes, Commissioner Concepcion, any questions?
No, it looks like reasonable cost for
Good.
what we're getting. Yep.
Yeah, you're good too then, Steve. All right. We'll take a motion then.
I will move to approve the contract with Vision Government Solutions Incorporated.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the contract with Vision Government Solutions, Inc. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, nay, motion carries. Great, thanks, Mark.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now we've got Dave from Transportation. In-kind purchase from Penn State.
Good morning, thank you. Yes, I asked for consideration and approval of an in-kind purchase of a 2017 Dodge Caravan from the Penn State University using in-kind funds. It has 63,260 miles. The in-kind cost would be $14,905. We're always in need of updating and rotating out older vehicles that have met their useful life, and certainly could use the van to enhance our fleet a little bit.
That'd be great. Thanks for continuing to work that particular purchasing agreement with Penn State.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Commissioner Concepcion, any questions?
Sounds good.
Okay?
Commissioner Dershowitz?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, we'll take a motion then.
So I will move to approve the in-kind purchase of a 2017 Dodge Caravan from Penn State University.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the in-kind purchase of a 2017 Dodge Caravan from Penn State University do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. All right, great.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Dave.
Thank you.
And now Leah has 4 items for Children and Youth Services.
The big winner today.
Yes.
Good morning. The first item I have for your consideration is the approval of the Act 148 first quarter fiscal year 23-24 report for the period of July 1st, 2023 to September 30th of 2023. This report outlines our expenditures and revenues for the first quarter of the fiscal year and shows that we are on track with our spending for the first quarter. So we were slightly under where we needed to be for the first quarter.
Good, that's what we've seen in our finance department meetings, so
Yeah.
glad to see that that's confirmed. Commissioner Concepcion, any questions?
Thanks.
Commissioner Dershowitz?
And this is the state fiscal year for the folks that.
All right. And thanks again for the very, very hard work that the employees in your
Thank you.
department do.
Thank you.
Every single day, not just with the children, but also tracking all the money in the fiscal work too.
Thank you.
Many, many, many contracts. Great. Well, this one's an approval item, so we
I
take a
will
motion.
move to approve the Act 148 first quarter fiscal year 23-24 report.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the Act 148 first quarter fiscal year 23-24 report. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay, motion carries. All right, it looks like you've got 3 other contracts and agreements.
I do, thank you. So the first contract that I have is a contract with Step by Step School for Early Learning. This is to provide childcare services for some of our foster children. The contract totals for $15,000, and it is funded, the state share is $12,000, with the county share being at $3,000 for a period of July 1st, 2023 to June 30th of 2024. The second contract is with Outside In School of Experimental Education. This is a residential program that provides residential services for our dependent and delinquent youth. The contract total is $110,000, with the state share being $88,000 and the county match at $22,000 for the period of July 1st, 2023 to June 30th of 2024. And the final item I have is the linkage agreement with PeerStar LLC. They provide peer supports to persons 18 years of age and older. They are required to have a linkage agreement with our department, as we sometimes will have mutual clients, and this allows us to share information and make sure that we're following all HIPAA guidelines in accordance with that. And there is no cost associated with that particular linkage agreement.
Great, thanks for covering those, and just want to remind the folks at home that, we do have families that fall apart here in Center County, and
Absolutely.
sometimes we're not able to find someone who's related to the children to take care of them, so always looking for foster parents.
Absolutely.
Got a lot of supports in place, got respite care. Here I see we're contracting for daycare for children who are in foster care, so that the foster parents, obviously can work. I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to add to that.
Sure, as much support as we can. So we offer lots of training, daycare services. Definitely, there's lots of community services in terms of parent education, mental health services, and other supports that we can help the family with in terms of learning how to parent children, but then also help the children stabilize in their home. So try to do as much as we can to keep our children in Center County.
Perfect. That's what I was going to say. So we definitely want to help keep our Center County children here in Center County, and the only way we can do that is if people volunteer to be foster parents.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Commissioner Concepcion.
Yeah, my only question was about the outside in-school experimental education. It sounds like a slightly different model and
Yeah.
interesting.
Absolutely. So this program is actually being currently used by probation. So it is they take some of our more difficult kids. They provide round-the-clock intensive supervision, but also are providing the education is on grounds. Mental health services, all the treatment services are provided on grounds within the school themselves. So it does have a unique name, but it is essentially a group home for dependent and delinquent youth.
Thank you.
Commissioner Dershowitz, any questions?
Good, thank you.
All right, we'll take a motion then.
Okay, I will move to add the Children and Youth Services items 2 through 4 to next week's consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to add the items 2 through 4 for Children and Youth Services to next week's consent agenda. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lance.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll move on to liquid fuels and fee for local use. John's has several items for us, but we'll have to approve them individually.
Morning, Commissioners. So before you for approval is a change in scope for the fee for local use in the amount of $15,000 that was awarded to Walker Township. They were proposing to do a beam replacement on a bridge. Their engineering team took a look at things and decided that their recommendation was not to replace that at this time, so they'd like to redirect that money to a stormwater improvement project on Hemlock Street. The overall Hemlock Street project is $24,300, and the $15,000 would be applied against the cost of that project.
All right. We're glad that the fee for local use is flexible enough that we can allow the municipality to do that. Any questions on that one, Commissioner Concepcion?
So your
Commissioner
office
Dershowitz?
was
No, good.
comfortable with this?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Then I will move to approve the change of scope for the fee for local use in the amount of $15,000 for Walker Township.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the change in scope for the fee for local use in the amount of $15,000 for Walker Township. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. And we've got 2 more, John.
Yes, the next one is a fee for local use application for Port Matilda Borough in the amount of $55,000. This again is a drainage system by High Street and a rail line that is close to their, I believe, close to their borough building.
Yeah.
So the overall estimated project cost is $150,000, and they are seeking $55,000.
Yeah, I remember us discussing that before. That particular intersection there is just a mess in multiple directions. Commissioner Concepcion, any questions?
No, I know that intersection has been a challenge for them.
Yeah.
It's
Commissioner
been some
Dershowitz?
accidents there.
All right.
I will move to approve the fee for local use application for Port Matilda Borough.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the fee for local use application for Port Matilda Borough. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, nay. Motion carries. And then our third one, John.
The final one is a liquid fuels application for State College Borough. This is on Ellen Avenue, near Old Bollesburg and Pew. And this is in the amount of $39,180 for the reconstruction of the roadway, M&P of traffic, and curb gutter drainage, ADA ramps type activity. This total project cost is $1,720,847.80, and they are seeking $39,180 in liquid fuels.
I was wondering how they were going to go with doing all that work for a little more than 39,000. Commissioner Concepcion, any questions?
No, looks good.
Commissioner Dershowitz?
I'm good.
All right.
I will move to approve the liquid fuels application for State College Borough.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the liquid fuels application for State College Borough. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, nay. Motion carries. Move on to our consent agenda, which is relatively short. Should we just take a motion on that?
I will move to approve this week's consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this week's consent agenda. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. All right, now we'll move on to our check run with Commissioner Concepcion.
Okay, so for this week, the check I'd like to recognize is to Center Region Parks and Recreation. It is a quarterly payment that the county provides to help support the Active Adult Center in the Nittany Mall, which is a joint effort between Center Region Parks and Rec and Center County, particularly with our Office of Aging, to provide that senior center in the Nittany Mall. And with that, I would like to move that we approve the check run dated December 8th, 2023.
I will second
We
that.
have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the check run dated December 8th do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, nay. Motion carries. Is there an administrator's report, John?
Nothing to report at this
Okay,
time.
all right. And we'll move on to our reports. I believe Steve has a voter
Yes, I
registration
do.
report.
This morning, we have 100,692 registered voters in Center County. That's down 103 voters from last report. And the highlight reel looks, there are 42,330, Democratic registrations, 138 Green Party, 602 Libertarian, 13,788 no affiliation, 40,772 Republicans, and when you add all others, there are 3,062. You get the sum total of 100,692. Keeping in the theme of the holidays, I would like to recognize the Halloween party as the party of the week. The small party of Halloween has one registered voter here in Center County, and we will recognize them, maybe a little bit late, but we picked them up, so.
Boy, if the Halloween party and the Jedi party and the pirate party all got together.
They'd be a force to reckon with.
Yeah,
May the force be with you.
yes.
Anyways, we also recognize precinct number 37, which is Benner Township South, which votes at the remodelers workshop. And in the last election, there were a total of 1,950 registered voters. There was a turnout of ballots cast of 948, which leads to a percentage voter turnout of 48.62%. I'd like to thank the folks at Remodelers Workshop and all the folks that live in Benner Township for coming out and voting, and look forward to seeing you in, I guess, is it April, May? When are we voting next year?
Well, it's presidential, so it's going to
Yeah.
be April.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. In April it is.
Yeah.
They haven't changed it on us.
They didn't
yet.
move it back, no.
No.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We do have an announcement that Center County government offices will be closed on Monday, December 25th, and Tuesday, December 6th, in observance of the Christmas holiday, which I think means our commissioner meeting next week is going to be jam-packed with all sorts of things. Do we have any executive sessions to report or hold, John?
No executive sessions to report or hold.
All right. And the remainder of our public meeting schedule, we have Board of Commissioners meeting with salary board meeting at 10 a.m. on Thursday, the 14th. And then we have the Commissioners meeting on Tuesday, December 19th at 10 a.m., followed by a work session at 11. And then on Thursday, December 21st, We have the Board of Assessment and Revision of Taxes at 1 PM, and the Records Improvement Committee at 3 PM. And then the Tuesday Commissioner meeting on December 6th is canceled. Sorry there wasn't more meat to this meeting, Maria. Any questions from the press?
I'm all good, thanks.
You're all good? All right. Unless there's anything else for the go of the order, I think we can adjourn.
I will move to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion, a second to adjourn at 10:21. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thanks, everyone.